Welcome back, trainers, and in this video we're going to be going over exactly which Pokemon I'm going to be using my golden bottle cap on and exactly why. As a matter of fact, we're going to be looking at multiple different Pokemon and discussing them as we do go through this video here. We got a nice 30-minute battle video, so let's see what we have going on, discuss this here so you can potentially make up your own mind. And if you're thinking, oh man, I don't even do PvP, that's okay. We're going to be covering also going up against raids and Gigantamax raids as well in this video, because when it does come down to maxing out some of these Pokemon, most of these Pokemon, the performance is not just going to be in Master League, but also in raids as well as max battles. So with that said, let's see what we have going on here and take a look at what I have in mind to power up. Actually, not what I have in mind, what I am going to actually pick. I have solidified it, so let's see. Let's have a little fun here, but there's unfortunately a few caveats that I have to talk about in preparation for it. So with that said, let's go ahead and get into this and see what we have going on. Alright, so before we get into the meat and potatoes, I do have to discuss something here really quick. We've been over this slightly in the past, but let's go ahead and just discuss it now, because this will be one of my final videos discussing what I want to invest in and what you should invest in as well. Although I will be coming out with other videos in the future, of course, once I do it. So I've talked about this before, but what happens if you have, let's just say, a Duskmane or a Dawn Wings Necrozma fused together? Which one is going to get it? Or are they even going to allow us to even raise the IVs once they're together? They might actually have you defuse them to do it. At the end of the day, I think it's just going to actually lay on the main one that actually brings up the IVs. So if you do have a Duskmane, you're going to have the Necrozma IVs being raised, okay? Because it's based upon that one. Same with the Dawn Wings, okay? When it comes to Kyurem Black and White, it is going to be up to the Kyurem, so it's probably just going to raise those IVs. It may even ask you to defuse them. I don't know at this point. It probably won't, but if it didn't, then it will probably just raise that one's IVs. So bringing this up, I really hated to bring it up because I would love to see if they kind of screwed up the whole situation when it came down to that, but I do want to bring it up because it is kind of a interesting topic to talk about. So think about those, okay? So when it comes to Duskmane and Dawn Wings Necrozma, it's going to be all on the Necrozma, okay? So think about that. When it comes to fusing it with Kyurem Black and White, it's going to be all on the Kyurem, okay? But with that aside, we don't know exactly how that's going to work. Let's get into what we really want to think about here. So what do you really want to invest your IVs in? Technically, something that's going to be performing great in the Master League as well as in the raids. Technically, standing a little bit farther back, people really don't play too much PvP compared to the people who are doing raids. So let's think about raid Pokemon. You want your top tier attackers, okay? Now, if you have something that's a couple of points away from being 100% IV, and if it's in HP, I recommend you do not use your golden bottle cap, okay? But poke, what if it's an attack? I have a 12, 15, 15. Should I invest in that? Depends on what it is, okay? If you have a Necrozma with a special background that you really want to fuse with something else, a Solgaleo or a Lunala that has a great background, be my guest, okay? This is where the personal choice comes into play, all right? A couple IVs really doesn't mean too much. Think about it, all right? The IVs are a stack on top of their stats that are already existing. And if you do not play PvP, you do not have to worry about winning CMP. And if you're in raids and you have an attack at, I don't know, 12, okay, you're still going to be doing a whole hell of a lot of damage. If you're looking for that perfection 100% IV, be my guest, okay? Go ahead and do what you got to do. Do not use your bottle cap to flex on social media. Use it to help yourself. If you're using it to flex on social media, okay, that's perfectly fine. Do what you have to do. But I'm just trying to give you my personal advice. You really want to take advantage of this because this is absolutely insane that they're allowing us to do this. Granted, we paid the price, plus you had to do all of the little things to get to the gosh dang 100 to actually get the bottle cap, okay? And remember, we're gonna have this weekend to do as much as we want, as well as a little bit before the weekend, we're gonna have a couple of days where we're gonna be able to get 1,000 points per day. And I had a friend of mine message me asking, what's going on? I bought the ticket. Why can't I increase my IVs? And if you're listening, hey, how's it going, man? I don't mean to put you on blast, but hey, I gotta let the people know. That's because they nerfed it, so the fact is that you play more, coming in the future. So when we're able to do as many things as possible when they have 1,000 points per day or unlimited, that's when they want you to play. They have gotten so much smarter and sneakier with everything that they're doing. It's crazy. They have gotten to the point where we're buying items, premium items, that literally expire a week later after collecting them. That is crazy to me, okay? That is absolutely bananas. So just choose it wisely. It's up to you. What is your favorite type of Pokemon? And if you're like, okay, forget all the favorite type of Pokemon. I want to know like the best types to, power up. Okay. Well, you have, if you want, you could, during GoFest, you're going to be able to do a bunch of special trades, okay? So I urge you to do those first before you do any sort of bottle capping, okay? So do those. If you're thinking about Rayquaza, do several trades before you actually invest in it, all right? When it comes down to it, at the end of the day, what do you really want to invest in? Zacian, Zamazenta, Necrozma, Rayquaza, top tier attackers. But if you have these things reoccurring in the raids, you're going to be able to potentially get a better one in the future. And if you're thinking, okay, well, hold on, better one in the future. I have a shiny 98, couple of points off from being 100. Do you really want to invest that golden bottle cap? Or do you want to wait until they release the silver bottle cap, which is going to be something along the lines of either raising 1 point, 2 points, or 3 points? It's obviously not going to be as great as the golden bottle cap, which is going to allow you to make a 0 IV into 100. So keep those things that are a couple points away from being 100% IV and just hold off on those, because that's actually not that great of an investment personally. But you can use it however you like, all right? So let's go ahead and move into what we have going on screen here. Let's just focus and see what we have, because most of the Pokemon that you use in Master League are going to be top tier for rating as well. As we see here, we have Duskmane Necrozma, absolutely phenomenal. And now we see Shadow Lugia. You can't invest in Shadow Pokemon, so just forget about it, okay? Just forget about it. If you purify it, and it's a purified Pokemon, you can invest your golden bottle caps right there and then, okay? But if you purified it and you still need to use a golden bottle cap to bring its IVs up, I highly recommend that you probably do not do so, okay? So what we're looking at right now, and they did all these things intentionally. You know, they bring out the Galarian birds in a ticket so that we can collect them and potentially get a shiny or a pretty decent IV and then raise the IVs. They know exactly what we're doing. Do you want to use your golden bottle cap on a Galarian bird? I'm very tempted to personally myself to raise my shiny IV, Zapdos. Although I do find the regular Zapdos Galarian to be a little bit better looking than this shiny. That's just my personal advice or personal thought, okay? So I kind of wanted to wait to the end to tell you what I wanted to invest in. And I'm going to prolong it just a little bit longer. So take a look at Ho-Oh. Thing's an absolute monster. Is it actually good in raids? Is it? Well, if you have a Ho-Oh plus, sure, it's going to be an absolute monster of an attacker for a fire type attacker in raids. But I don't know. See, this is the hard thing. And this is a couple videos back, I got a little frustrated because it's very hard for me to tell you exactly what you want to use it in. A lot of people are telling me Mewtwo. I'm using a Shadow Mewtwo right here. I can't invest in this though. Would I invest in my shiny Mewtwo that I have, non-Shadow, obviously? Absolutely not. I don't need to. There's no freaking way. You know why? Because Mewtwo is in abundance. We're going to get Mega Mewtwo in the future, and you're going to have plenty of time to raid the hell out of it, and they're going to introduce another golden bottle cap. And here's the thing, it's about the timing of the golden bottle cap. So you have to hold on to the things that you want to potentially invest in the future when we get another golden bottle cap, and then you'll be able to max it out. Mewtwo, if you want, it's not a horrible investment. It's obviously one of the best things in the game. Do what you gotta do. When it comes down to it, I think one of the best things to invest in are going to be Necrozma, or not Necrozma, but Kyurem Black and Kyurem White, okay? Which is obviously going to be Necrozma. We do not know 100% how it's going to work if they're fused, if it will even allow you to do it. I'm using Komoho here, having a little fun. I wanted to make a Komoho, you know, after Community Day battle video, but I got a little distracted, been pretty busy over here, so I was not able to make it around that. But it did perform well. But anyway, top tier attackers. What am I going to invest in? I personally think it's going to be one of the rarest things in the game. Can you take a guess what that's going to be? And I'm going to go ahead and just tell you now. We're 13 minutes in. Let's go ahead and see. We're not even going to be using it. It's going to be Zygarde, right? So one of the reasons why I'm going to be investing in Zygarde is because of the battles that you're going to be seeing here shortly. PvP is extremely rigged, all right? And I'm not going to go on and on about it. We all know. Well, at least the ones who actually are able to think independently and have their own thoughts understand, okay? And I love battling, right? It's great. But at the end of the day, having a 100% Zygarde is going to be absolutely insane. But here's the problem. They do release their shiny forms at a later time. So if I invest in the Zygarde, and then they release the shiny, then what am I going to do? I invested all of these cells, all of these XL candies. The Stardust is not that big of an issue, personally for myself, but the cells were the hardest and most tedious and annoying grind in the game that I've ever had to do to date. The XL candies, yeah, pretty annoying, but I think the cells are a lot more difficult to obtain. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to invest in this one here, and you're going to see exactly freaking why, all right? The thing is an absolute beast, all right? It just shuts everything down, well, aside from fairies, of course, but what else can I do with it? Okay, so you like to do PvP and Master League poke. Are you going to be able to use it in raiding? Well, I could, but it's definitely not going to be recommended because the attack is not that high. It's not a top tier raid attacker. I'm going to strictly do it because the time that I invested in, and I love using it in the Master League. Therefore, I'm going to put my bottle cap in there and rise its IVs up. So that's my personal investment. It's down to your particular reason why you want to invest, okay? Again, it's all personalized, right? But if it comes down to, like, you know, brass task, invest in the top tier attackers. Simple as that. If you don't have people in your area to trade and you have something that's a pretty decent IV, a couple points away from being a 100, I still say don't make that investment, because we'll probably get a silver bottle cap in the future, which we're probably going to have to pay for, but it's going to be a lot cheaper. If they make it like $15, that's going to be ridiculous, okay? Because we're going from being able to raise IVs from literally a 0 to a 100%. And with the silver, we do not know how it's going to work, but I would assume it's going to probably be a maximum of like 7, 5 to 3 or something like that, okay? I'm not going to say 1, but it's going to definitely be lower. So you want to save those things that have a couple of points away from being 100% IV for the silver bottle cap. When it comes to the golden, you want to invest in something that has pretty much lower IVs that is more difficult to obtain, okay? It's as simple as that. All right, so let's go ahead and go over the top attackers here. All right, so we have Primal Groudon, Mega Rayquaza, Primal Kyogre. I'm not going to even say the shadows because you can invest in those. Then we do have Kyurem Black. And then as we do move down here, I'm going to have it move very slow. Dawn Wings Necrozma, Crowned Zacian, White Kyurem, Mega Lucario, Mega Blaziken, Mega Salamence, Duskmane Necrozma, Crowned Zamazenta, Mega Gardevoir, and the Megas obviously are going to refer back to their regular forms, so, you know, think about that, obviously. Mega Gengar, Mega Garchomp, Rayquaza, Mega Tyranitar, and that is going to be in the top tier. Moving it down to the A+ tier, according to GoHub here. Then we do have Mega Charizard Y. Got a lot of shadows that we're going to go ahead and skip over because you can invest in those. And then we do have Mega Glade, Mega Heracross, Mega Alakazam, Mega Sceptile, Terrakion, Mewtwo, and this doesn't mean in order of the highest DPS, okay? So just keep that in mind too. These are just giving you an idea of, you know, top tier attackers that you potentially want to invest in. When it comes to Mega Diancie, that's going to be one of your best rock type attackers, so that's going to be a great investment. Mega Latios, and then we do have Blacephalon, a couple of shadows, and then we do have Mega Swampert, some more shadows, and then moving it into the A tier here. We were in the A+ tier. We have Reshiram, Zergatree, Mega Houndoom, Theriform Landorus, and then we have Enamorus, which is pretty rare, Rhyperior, Mega Aerodactyl, Regielect, Mega Gyarados, Mega Charizard X, my boy Shadow Conkeldurr, but you can't invest in that, Lucario, Zekrom, Salamence, Chandelure, which is going to be pretty incredible in the future with its Mega Ampharos, Lunala, Yveltal, Groudon, Volcanion, and then we got more shadows, and then Hoopa Unbound. Again, this is not by DPS, all right? I'm just giving you some top tier Pokemon that they have listed off here. Then we have Origin Dialga, Tyranitar, Theriform Thundurus, Garchomp, more shadows. Shadows are taking over, everybody. Shadows are taking over. Keldeo is another good one. Okay. Mamoswine, Kartana. And think about the Pokemon that you get minimal of, or they bring out very rarely. Those are the ones that you're going to probably want to invest in, okay? Then we have Regigigas, Rampardos, Megalopony. Do not use your golden bottle cap on that. Do not do that. Mega Ampharos, Metagross, Excadrill, Shadows. Then we have Landorus, Theranform, Zarude. That's a pretty good one. As well as Urshifu, the evolved form. Yeah, that's pretty good, right? Blastoise, Dragapult. I mean, we're going to get community days. Darkrai, Shadow, Blaziken. And then we have Skyform Shaman. Shaman can be both forms. You can switch it pretty decent. And then I'm kind of moving a little fast here. You can see the Pokemon. But I just wanted to kind of give you an idea, okay? If you're just a couple of IVs off from being a 100, again, I have to really emphasize the fact that you probably don't want to invest in that. And if you do, I'm not going to look down upon you. It's up to you. I'm just trying to give you some advice. Do you want to use a golden bottle cap on a couple IVs so you can make it a perfect? I mean, it could make all the difference if you're in Battle League, okay? If you're in Go Battle League and Master League, it could make all the difference. I mean, hell, maybe you want to max something out for its IVs in the Ultra League, or shit, maybe even in the Great League. Do what you gotta do, okay? But I think you're probably going to want to invest in the Pokemon that can perform the best in both Master League as well as in rating. Okay, that's where you're going to get, the most investment out of this golden bottle cap. Simple as that. It's kind of a pretty steep investment, although we're getting a lot of pretty decent IVs here. But with that said, we have a few more battles here. Let's go ahead and just take a look and see what we have. So, final thought. What am I going to do? I already told you. It's going to be Zygarde, okay? I'm investing my golden bottle cap in Zygarde. Is that my final thought? Am I going to change my mind right before I get it? I'm going to probably have second thoughts, but at this point, I'm locked in. So we will get a shiny Zygarde in the future, and that's perfectly fine. We'll get another golden bottle cap. What's the point of having two maxed out Zygardes, because they're not good for rating and you can't even drop them in gyms? So it's almost a little redundant and useless to have two of them maxed out. That's a lot of work for pretty much nothing. Yep, it is. And I'm going to admit it. Yeah, it is. Straight up. Unfortunately. Yeah, but we do not know when they're going to be releasing that. We have no idea. Okay. But with that said, let's go ahead and see the commentary here. I was getting all kinds of crap. Go Battle League is completely rigged. Okay? And this brings me to my next point. Zygarde is an absolute cheat code. It is. Okay, if I encounter a Togekiss, okay, yeah, I'm screwed. All right, all of our moves do nothing to it. Okay, that's the one thing that can. There's a couple of things, but that's one of the few things that completely shuts it down. Aside from that, the thing will run over pretty much almost anything, and it can even take fairy moves to the face. No problem at all. So this is what I'm going to invest in. Abso-freaking-lutely. You better believe it. Let's go ahead and see the next battle here. See what we have going on. All right. Oh, what do you know? See this? Look at this manipulation continuously over and over and over. I have cut out so many battles, you have no idea. So I'm going to go ahead and swap into my Zygarde, shield up this Dragonite here. We're going to see if we can get a shield from them, and we do. Fan-freaking-tastic. You can go with either Crunch or Bulldoze. It's up to you. Both of them are pretty good. I just like to run Bulldoze. Going for the Outrage, taking out the Dragonite. They have a Metagross, and we're not able to get to the Bulldoze, but that's okay because we have a Ho-Oh to shut this thing down here. They have a Rhyperior, so we're going to go ahead and swap into our Kyurem White, which does have Ice Fang, which is doing super effective damage to this thing. And all we need to do is kind of clear this out here, build up our energy, take their shield. I mean, I think we're going to be able to clear this out with the Kyurem White, to be honest with you, because it does have that Fusion Flare here. And we get to the next one, and this is going to KO. We're going to go ahead and take the win here. But I put in so much work into the Zygarde, I'm just going to invest in it. I really wanted to invest in my Zacian for the crown Zacian, of course, because if I do have a mirror match, then I will be able to potentially win that because I do have a best buddy. But what if they have 100% IV too, best buddy as well? At that point, it's a coin flip in the game, okay? So you have really no control over it. So it's, there's really nothing you can do. But just take a look at this performance. I mean, you've seen it before, but this thing is an absolute monster. And yes, I've made up my mind. I will be investing in this. Though the shiny is it's really good. It's all white. It is. It's just all white. Now, if the shiny wasn't that great, I wouldn't be so hesitant or kind of, have a little bit of, second thought in the fact of doing it. But it's okay. It is what it is. I'm just going to invest in it now because we do not know when we're going to get it. Go figure. As soon as I actually invest in it, we're going to be seeing an announcement. Trainers, in 4 weeks, we're going to be getting, another Kieran and it's shiny. And you're going to be paying, $14.99 or something. You're going to have to get to rank 100. So you're going to have to do battles as well. Do you see that too? Do you see the slow creep onto us as far as the payments are concerned? Look, I'm just going to call it out now. If I say something positive, then people will say negative things against me. If I say something positive against a game, then people will say something negative against what I'm saying. There's no way for me to win. Alright, so before this video ends, I understand a lot of people want to know, should I invest in this shiny Pokemon to make it a Shundo? I mean, that's up to you, okay? That's all up to you, my friend. So make that decision. Do you want to invest in that shiny Galarian bird? Go for it. All right, I can't tell you yes or no. I'm going to have to say one of the best Galarian birds to use in PvP as far as Ultra and Master League is going to be Zapdos, all right? Galarian Moltres is actually pretty phenomenal as well. Galarian Articuno has its plays here and there, okay? It does, but you make your own choice. Personally, I think Zapdos is going to be one of your best investments if you're looking to use it for both PvP in Master League as well as raiding as a fighting type attacker. But at the end of the day, what I'm going to be investing in is going to be my Zygarde, point blank, period. That's it. Okay, so there you have it, folks. Hopefully you did enjoy this video. If you did, if you can give it a thumbs up, that'd be much appreciated. Got a nice long video here, so yeah, if you made it this far, I really do appreciate you hitting that thumbs up. Subscribe maybe if you're not, that'd be fantastic, so you can stay up to date on all of PokeAK update news videos. All right, so Kieran White is also absolutely phenomenal, as you can see here. Kieran Black as well. So if you want to invest in those, Duskmane and Dawn Wings, go for it. But hey, with that said, thank you for watching, and I'll be catching you all next time. Take care.